Alright TM Nation, so I've had the Airpods Max headphones for about 2 weeks now, and I've never owned a pair of headphones like this before. For what these headphones are, they do a lot really well, and the design by itself distinguishes them from pretty much every pair of headphones out there. But at $549, for most people to justify picking these up, they have to deliver a lot of value. If they don't deliver, most people are going to return them. Obviously, as you guys can see, I did pay the cost to pick a pair of these up. I hope you guys out there do not think that Apple sent these to me. That would be highly unrealistic, but I would appreciate it. And to be completely honest with you guys, I don't have any plans in returning these. I mean, I'm not going to lie and say I didn't think about it a couple of times. It's mind-boggling to think that for only a couple more $100, you can get a whole MacBook Air or something of that nature, but using them for the period of time that I've had them and how they perform, although they are not perfect and they do have some limitations, they do deliver. I think you guys will understand what I'm talking about by the end of this video, but these headphones give me an experience that I can't get with any other pair of headphones out there. So that being said, guys, let me tell you guys how they perform for me so far and go through all of the features that make these a game changer for my setup. So first of all, when you get the box and you take a look at the presentation, you really feel like you're about to open a premium product. Even back when I purchased my first iPhone back in 2007, they have always been able to keep the fluff to a minimum and give you an unboxing experience not quite like any other brand. Inside of the box, you get everything you would need to get the headphones up and running. You get all of your documentation along with your quick start guide. These do come with a lightning cable because the headphones do charge via lightning cable, which is not my go-to, but you don't have any options with these, you're gonna have to use it. And last but certainly not least, you get your Airpods Max Bluetooth wireless headphones inside of the smart case, which is not gonna protect the headphones much at all, but it is used to put the headphones in an ultra low power state to give you the most battery life on a charge as possible. I personally am not that big of a fan of the design of the headphone case just because it's soft in design and it's really not going to provide you with any protection. I mean, they will protect from light scratches and stuff like that on the outside of the ear cups, but I would say that, a hard carrying case would be a lot better. And if you travel a lot or you plan on taking these out with you on the go, I would definitely suggest that you pick up a hard carrying case. There are third-party companies out there that make hard cases just for the Airpods Max headphones, and I did order one. So if you are going to pick a pair of these up and you want to protect them, I do suggest you doing the same. Speaking of traveling, with the design of the Airpods Max headphones, you can lay them flat on a surface, but you cannot completely fold them up like some other headphones, such as the Sony 1000 XM4s. This isn't a huge deal for me personally, but for those of you that travel a lot or for those of you that just like the convenience of being able to fold your headphones up, it's worth noting that you cannot do that with the Airpods Max Bluetooth headphones. So moving on and taking a better look at the design of the headphones, they are built like a tank and they feel really sturdy in the hands. And handling these, I don't hear any creaks or hinge noises when I'm adjusting them. And I know that I say a lot of headphones and earbuds are solid, but I'm usually talking about how they perform. These things are solid in the design. I don't think that you'll have any issues with them breaking anytime soon. The headband and the arms that connect it to the headphones is relatively flexible. I don't feel like if I stretch it or bend it a little bit, that'll tear or rip, but I wouldn't suggest going overboard. As you can see, the design of the headband has a mesh finish to it that I wasn't that fond of when I first saw these headphones, but I'm telling you, for me, it is extremely comfortable. I am bald, guys, so, headphones, different headphones out there will bother the top of my head. I don't have that issue with these. They are extremely comfortable and I don't suffer from any ear fatigue while wearing them. I've worn them for hours at a time. Now, one thing that I do want to mention is that if they're uncomfortable for you out of the box, you want to make sure that you adjust the arms on the headphones because that will adjust the clamping force. Out of the box, they were a little bit tight for me, but once I just adjusted these a little bit, everything was fine. They're super comfortable for my head now. And before I forget, guys, I do want to mention that you do have 5 color options that you can pick these up in. I picked up the space gray because pretty much everything that I own that is Apple or Mac is in that color option. But you do have a pink color, a green color, you have silver, and you do have sky blue. Just keep in mind that some of the other colors have a light colored headband. This may be hard to keep clean over time. That may or may not be an issue for you, but I didn't want to deal with that, so I stuck with the space gray, which has a darker color and it should be easier to keep clean. Now, like the headband, the ear cups are also very comfortable for me to wear. They are soft and plush, and one of the coolest things is that they're easily removable. They have a magnetic design that allows you to tug on them just a little bit to remove them, and when it's time to replace them, you simply line them up and they'll be sucked right into place. That's one thing that I really like about the design of these headphones. Although it's gonna cost you about $70 to pick up a new pair of ear cups, replacing them is gonna be really simple. If you guys saw the video that I did on replacing my Beats Studio 2 headphones, that process took a lot of steps and it took some of my time. With these, it's just a matter of popping them off and popping the new pair on. Overall, like I said, the ear cups are comfortable to me. The headphones are pushed by 40mm drivers that completely surround your ears. So to me, they provide a really nice and immersive experience. The ear cups are also made out of memory foam, which is always a plus for me. They will adjust to the sides of your head. So again, I can't say it enough. They're comfortable in my experience. One thing that I will say about the fit with these headphones is that they are not light by any means. In fact, these are probably the heaviest pair of headphones that I own, and that is to be expected to a certain extent because the frame of these is made out of stainless steel and the ear cups are aluminum. On the other hand though, I think that they did a great job with the design because when I have these on, they don't feel like they're weighing me down, but I certainly would not be exercising with these. One, because they're not water resistant, and for two, because they'll probably just be flopping around a lot. All in all, guys, like I said, the fit is extremely comfortable, but these are not like other headphones that you can put on top of your head and just forget they're up there. For me, I always know they're up there. For controls, these headphones use physical buttons and all of them are on your right ear cup. As you can see, you have your digital crown. This will control your tracks, your calls, and your volume. Then you have this other button right here, which you'll use to toggle on ANC or switch into transparency mode. I have no issues with the controls whatsoever. They work fine and the digital crown is really responsive. So far, I've been able to do everything I need to do with the controls with no problems. For battery life with these, you can expect to get up to 20 hours on a single charge, but they do also feature quick charging. So if you only need a little bit of juice, 5 minutes worth of charging will get you up to an hour and a half worth of usage. So far, guys, in my experience, I have been able to get pretty close to the 20 hours that are advertised, using them with active noise canceling on sometimes and transparency mode on other times, and also with them at between 50 and 75% of max volume. I average about 19 hours and 37 minutes. And that number includes me using these for mixed usage like I would use them normally, listening to a few podcasts, watching some YouTube videos, listening to music of course, a few voice calls, all of the normal stuff that a person would use these for. Got me almost 20 hours. Now, one thing that is a drawback about the design of these headphones is that you can't use them in wired mode if you don't have a charge on the battery. And not only that, you can't use them in wired mode out of the box unless you already have a Lightning to 3.5mm cable. For me, I never really had any plans in using these in wired mode. I mean, that's not why I bought these, but for those of you out there that like to have this as an option, having to have a charge on the headphones in order to use them in wired mode kind of defeats the purpose, and I see where that would be an issue for some people. But for other people, I don't think that it's a deal breaker. For pairing, guys, these are like any other pair of AirPods for the most part, but they don't have an earbud case, so to initiate the process is just a little different. To pair them with an iOS device, you first want to have your device next to them, and then you continue to hold the transparency ANC button. Once you do this, you'll see the Airpods Max pop up on the screen of your iOS device, and all that you have to do is press connect and you're good to go. Once you have them paired to an iOS device or Mac product, they will stay paired and you don't have to do anything special. They will connect automatically. You also have the smart pause and play feature with these headphones, so if you take them off, they will automatically pause, and once you put them back on, they'll start back playing where you left off. Now, like with the AirPods Pro True Wireless Earbuds, you can benefit from the smart switch feature with these headphones, and I love this feature, guys. I can't say it enough. This is a game changer for me. Now, in order for you to take advantage of this feature, you can't be using outdated Mac products or iOS devices. For iOS devices, I think you have to have at least iOS 14, and for Mac products, you have to be running at least Big Sur. Also, in order for this feature to work for you, you have to be signed into the same iTunes account on all of the devices you want to use it with. But once you cover all of those bases, I'm telling you guys, I can be editing a video on my MacBook Pro back there, and if I get a phone call on my iPhone 12 Pro, all that I have to do is accept the call and the audio will automatically switch. And the most dope part about this feature to me is that once I'm done with my voice call on my iPhone 12 Pro, if I want to go back to whatever I was doing on my MacBook, it switches almost instantly. Like I said in my AirPods Pro video, I have Mac products all around my house, and being able to switch in between them without repairing or doing anything of that nature is a game changer. Now moving on and touching on the transparency and active noise canceling modes with these headphones, I am extremely impressed with how well these pick up sounds around me, and on the other hand, they block out outside noises in ANC mode really well. Now I only own a few pair of headphones that have a transparency mode on them, but I can tell you without a doubt, these perform the best out of all of the ones that I own. With the transparency mode on with these headphones, there can be a conversation taking place in my vicinity. They don't even have to be right next to me. I could say they're about 5 feet away from me. I can still hear what they're saying pretty clearly. And also, as for the active noise canceling, these perform better than any pair that I've tried out so far. They do a great job of blocking out talking. They also cancel out noises such as fans buzzing, an air conditioner running, stuff like that. These will get rid of. Now these aren't going to cancel out large booms or bangs, and that's really not what ANC is designed to do, but for what these do cancel out, they do an awesome job. I also want to say, guys, that from my own experience, when I have active noise canceling on with these headphones and I have the music up about 50%, I can barely hear the sound of my own voice. As far as customization, you do have the ability to customize some of the options with the AirPods Max headphones through your Bluetooth settings. Here's where you can set what that one button on the right ear cup will do in terms of where it will cycle to ANC or transparency mode. In this menu, you can also turn active noise canceling on, transparency mode on, or cut everything off if you don't want any of those features. As far as customizing your playback controls, you really can't change any of that, but you can change the way that the digital crown works. You can change it from moving front to back or back to front. For those of you that are concerned with the latency, I have used these with my MacBook Pro, my iPhone 12 Pro, my iMac upstairs, and watching YouTube videos, some mobile gaming, and pretty much everything I've thrown at these, I haven't noticed any lag. Now I will say that if you're playing a fast-paced shooter like Call of Duty Mobile or something like that, there is a small amount of latency, but it doesn't make the game unplayable. It's just a little bit of a delay. And although I did only use these with my Mac and iOS devices, you can connect these to an Android device or pretty much any Bluetooth device out there. Say you want to connect these to a Galaxy S20 or S21, you can do that. Now, of course, you won't benefit from all of the easy connection features and stuff that only iOS or Mac devices will give you, but again, they will still work fine with those devices if you want to use them with them. The working range with the AirPods Max headphones is also really good. I haven't been able to get them to disconnect anywhere in my house. I have left my iPhone 12 Pro down here in my workroom and went all the way up to the 3rd floor, and they still worked without an issue. And I can tell you guys that this is really rare in terms of headphones and earbuds that I've tried out. Most of them will make it to the 2nd floor, but by the time I'm getting to the stairs for the 3rd floor, they do disconnect. Not with the AirPods Max headphones though. Like I said, I've been everywhere in my house. They haven't disconnected on me yet. In terms of built-in mics, these have 8 total, but only 3 are used for voice calls. And in my opinion, I have made quite a few voice calls with these headphones. I think they do a really good job. The 3 mics that these headphones use to capture your voice during a voice call do a really good job of eliminating your ambient noise and focusing on your speech. But as always, I did take a sample for you guys to judge for yourselves. Let's check it out. All right, guys, so right now I have the AirPods Max headphones paired to my iPhone 12 Pro. The audio that you're hearing is coming directly from the microphones on the earbuds, so this more or less should give you a pretty good idea of how you'll sound using these for voice calls. All right, guys, so now let me move on and talk about how these have performed for me in terms of sound quality, and in short, they're amazing. To my ears, one thing that I really appreciate about the way that these replicate sound is the amount of sound separation that you get with them. Using these headphones, I'm able to hear background instruments and vocals that just simply get lost when I'm using other earbuds or headphones. And the overall level of clarity that you get with these headphones is just amazing to me. The highs and mids are crisp and clear, and you do get a nice bass response with these as well. I'm not an audiophile, so I'm not going to say that I can tell you all about the frequency response and all of that stuff, but from the ear test, these are by far the best sounding headphones that I've tried out. Now, if I could ask for one thing to be increased with these headphones in terms of the sound quality, it would be the bass response. You do get that punchy bass, but you don't get that deep, low subwoofer bass like you will get with some other headphones. But in terms of sound quality, I have been able to use these for everything. I can edit my own YouTube videos with them. I can enjoy podcasts, watch movies, watch YouTube videos. I mean, whatever I throw at these things, they handle it really well. One thing that I have not been able to test out extensively with these headphones is the spatial audio feature. That's just because many of the things that I use in terms of apps don't support it. But if you're using these with an iOS device, once you pair them to that device, they will give you a little demo that you can try out. And I can tell you from the demo, I think this feature is going to be killer. When I had the spatial audio feature on and I turned my head side to side with these on, they really gave me an immersive experience, and I felt like I was in the middle of what was going on. But for those of you that like to listen to your media extra loud, they don't have that extra level. In my collection, I would say that the loudest pair of headphones that I own are my trusty Beats Studio 2s. I've had those for several years now, and if I had to compare the output between those headphones and these, with those at 100% max volume and these at 100%, these only get about 80% as loud. But again, I don't want to make it seem like these are quiet, because they're not by any means. They'll be more than adequate for most people. And the way that they fit around your head does a great job of surrounding your ears and inside of your ears with whatever you're listening to. Being that these are rocking 40mm drivers, I would have expected them to leak a lot more sound, but surprisingly, it's not that bad, and I did take a sample for you guys. Let's take a listen. So I know that you guys want to know, do I think if they're worth the $549 price tag? I will say that's a hard answer for me to give you. I do think that they're about $100 overpriced, but that's really to be expected at this point with Apple and Mac products. I think that for most people, the design, the price, and the features that you get with these headphones is just going to be overkill, and that's going to turn a lot of people off. But for people like myself that have multiple Mac computers and that do a lot of editing on those computers, the smart switch feature and the audio quality that you get with these headphones is hard to beat. So taking everything into consideration, I do not think that these are overhyped, because in my experience, they deliver the goods everywhere they're supposed to. The performance is amazing. On the other hand, with everything that you get with these headphones, I still do think that they're overpriced by about $100. At $449, I would have had no issue with my purchase. Although there are many different active noise canceling headphones out there that will get the job done and do a really good job at it, they will not give you the experience that you get with these. If this was your first time here, consider subscribing, as I drop at least one video on content like this per week. If you're already a part of TM Nation, as always, I appreciate you coming through and hanging out with your boy. The support really does mean a lot, and it's helping the channel grow. Until next time, y'all be safe, y'all stay positive, and most importantly, I hope y'all have a great day. It's your boy Tech Mo, and I'm out. Peace.